All right. Greetings and salutations. Hello, hello. Well, tis that tis that time where tis that time for another riveting episode of Dungeons and Dragons. And I was thinking through my other monitor. That's weird. Um. So yeah, welcome in. Greetings. And hopefully y'all's enjoy the show. We're gonna, we got a strict time to get through stuff today. So with that being said, I'm doing a roll call. We're gonna get started. This will be the quickest start we've ever freaking had. Um, that over. And yeah, we're gonna get started in like literally a minute or two. Alrighty. Speaking of light or lack thereof, who would like to do a recap? If you can recall what happened last time. All right. Nobody
My cheese
remembers. All
knows
right.
those. I did last the week before's, and my brain is smooth right now. I know I talked a lot at the start of it, though. If I have to recall what.
Well, we met with the demon who had been transformed into a door, right?
Right.
We all got some high fives. We got some great approval and affirmation from him, and we got some special powers, each of us, depending on dice rolls, like for high fiving the guy, but they're just temporary. And then we discovered that the room behind him was what was in that? Oh, there was like a library, or was that the one that was like the MC Escher kind of room, or was that the next room? Well, at any rate, we were in a room with some a kind of dimension defying room that was in the floor, and
Very cool.
it was a crazy library, and I found a wizard's book in there, and then we started getting attacked by books as we tried to leave, but we all did manage to exit the room.
Mhm.
And then what? Then after that, hmm, I guess that's about it.
That was the whole deal?
Well, obviously, we were chatting. Serial
So
chatters. some of us.
So y'all got special powers from the demon? From the door?
Yeah, he gave some gifts out. Neovar, for example, got like a extra second level spell slot to use that day. It would go away. I remember also that while we were investigating things to start with, the demon was at the start following us around. Opal, help a girl out.
Huh?
Opal, what was going on at the end of session?
You know how you said your brain was smooth? I'm right there with you, sister.
The very last bit, so we left the room that had all the books in it. Kind of came to the conclusion that there was something weird and magical in that room. We kept thinking like books were being thrown at us as we were leaving. And we didn't know where they were coming from. Zed thought that there was some creature in there. But then he was really perceptive and noticed that these books were literally just flying from random piles. So we kind of all came to the conclusion that whoever tower this is, they enchanted that room in such a way to have everything in there not be disturbed or basically like have no books removed. And we took a couple books, and so it was kind of like the room was reacting to that. And then the very next thing that we did, we went to the next door that was down the hallway, and Kozik went to open it, and it was apparently trapped. And
Yes.
he was able to pull his hand away, but just as he pulled his hand away, the doorknob was almost covered in, it looked to be some sort of liquid, but it wasn't dripping or it was just merely coating the handle of the door in this dark sort of purple shiny ichor. And Zed was able to test it with his poisoner's kit and find that it was drow poison.
Oh.
And so we were kind of interested that this door, of all these other doors we've opened, actually had a trap to it. So Zed used his mage hand to pick the lock and then used his mage hand to open the door. And I think that's where we left off. The door being opened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we figured out that the guy who owned the tower was a drow, and we kept some of his belongings because they're important, historically speaking.
Ah, okay.
And we got the demon's name. It was like Lemura. It was something close to
Yeah,
Lemura.
something very similar to the like the lowest tier of demon out there, lemurs.
So what's he called? Lemuria?
Not literally.
It was
I have
something
it
close.
Oh,
written
that's just the
down.
kind of demon he is.
I have it written down. My journal is on the other side of my room.
Oh no, don't do you have to get up? That sucks.
But yeah, his name is a derivative off of the word for demon, like the worst level of demon. And the guy who owned the place was a drow, and he probably died around 500 years ago
Oh wow.
when, humanity entered this place to eradicate the drow race.
Mm,
And by
mm.
this place, I mean the Underdark.
So that's the history. The humanity entered the Underdark to eradicate the Drow.
About 500 years ago. The
Wow. Okay.
the
That's
drow
why
had
there's so few of them.
Before their eradication, the
Oh.
Drow had a history of sort of being like a marauding bandit situation, if you will. As in, the Drow would go marauding up to the surface, take things, take people, take resources, cut back down with them. They had a slave empire, if you will, of other races. It was a brutal empire. That's half of why Neavara and Veldrin are hashtag like that.
Mm-hmm.
The goddess Lolth eventually led her children into a battle with the surface that the Underdark could not win. And instead of letting the Drow run back to the Underdark, they followed them back. At the very start of the campaign, we ran across a city that had been killed, every last man, woman, child. I think we found like a little teddy bear there in the dust. It's gotten to the point that, like, basically, imagine someone saying, like, I've never seen an elf. Everyone used to know what a drow was.
Right. Wow.
Kind of fucked up.
So how many, like, what percentage of the Drow were killed, or what percentage are left?
Up to cubed. There's
Oh,
obviously a little city.
Oh, you'd know that. Just general lore-wise things. Because you would know that the Drow did go extinct at one point. They had been hunted to the very last for essentially crimes against the surface. And since then, the influence of the Drow pantheon has waned dramatically, and none have heard a peep or a blessing or a whisper from the goddess who led the charge, who inevitably
Oh.
became, I guess, in some way, shape, or form, the symbol of the Drow's extinction, the reason.
And then there's families like Veldrin and Neavara's where they have clung to the old faith desperately.
And are, like, trying to restart essentially all over again. There used to be, like, big noble houses
So
where
you still
once
worship
upon
Lol?
Oh yeah.
he did, yes. Neavara was not allowed to because she's not Drow.
Ah.
Like when Veldrin was talking with Sari and he said that, like, aside from him and the sisters, all that was left of the family was like his mother and one of the old matrons. And the old matron had passed.
So, like, I think what Sari's asking is how many Drow are there today?
Yeah, like what percentage survived that, you know,
As
From
far
what it
as
sounds like, everyone died.
as far as people
And then a
know,
couple
all
lived.
of them, because nobody's heard a
a
peep from
couple
them.
must have been left just to, okay.
But yeah,
Wow.
some survived. Neavara's and Veldrin's mother would have been a babe. So someone got her out.
Well,
But, like,
that's a whole story you'd have to ask your mother.
in terms of city population, at this point, maybe... What do you think, Cube? Like, how many people in the city?
Oh, there was still in your home. It was still a decent city, so there was still hundreds to maybe a couple thousand. Like the Drow did go extinct, but they have also been somewhere between now and 500 years ago. The Drow have been making a comeback. Nobody knows where they came from, how they started making a comeback, if some of them survived.
Okay.
Nobody has any tale of it. As far as the records are has shown, the drow were gone.
Is it just that one city, or are there other populations with the drow in them?
I mean, as far as you would know,
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah.
What
You-
about what Niavara would know?
I mean,
Yeah,
Niavara and
Niavara.
Veldrin would know that there have been other close by cities, but nothing like the sprawling empire that was once fabled.
The grand halls of Menza Baranzan, the massive like Roman Empire city that once, stood proud in the Underdark. She's never.
Think of
I
it.
don't think Niavara would have seen it.
Think of it like Rome had fallen.
And the city is empty somewhere.
This is like
Down
the
there
Dark
in the dark.
Ages then.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
Yes. That's half of the role of Niavara. She goes to the surface, gathers intel and information, or she did once upon a time,
Ah.
and killed people. Now, the importance of those murders, that's for Mother to know.
Yep.
Hmm.
And if you want to find that out, just ask her. Okay. So,
But we're in
We
an ancient
pick up.
library.
and as such, we pick up as the door has just been unlocked, and the once invisible hands, the Ledgerman, that Zed was utilizing, are slightly visible, as there is, a bit of some kind of a liquid coating, something invisible, but it's like, throwing sand on something invisible. You can see the outline. And the door creaks open. And you are greeted with an unnaturally nondescript, sterile room with nothing in it, just stone walls, stone ceiling, and oddly enough, some level of ambient light, but there's no object conveying that there is a chandelier or a sconce or a torch. Is just the room is just has light in it, but it is very empty.
Does it look like someone, came in and ransacked the place, or does it look like someone neatly took everything?
From outside, it just looks empty.
So the door was trapped for a reason.
Yeah, obviously. Zedrin, look at me in the eyes. What have you learned about the Drow, other than that we are sneaky, covert, bastardly, and we backstab each other? Of course it's trapped.
Familial issues.
So the odd, we've gone through close to like 15 rooms now, and this has been the only one that the handle's been trapped. And we get the door open, and there's literally nothing inside.
Maybe this room used to be something else once upon a time, something that obviously he would have wanted specifically hidden. In like a sense that we came through an entrance that wasn't meant to be an entrance, right? What if this room is accessible from, like an entry hall? somewhere where guests might have come up once upon a time.
Is this room, because the tower broke off? Is this room intact?
It is.
And
Not a
and it's
single
just-
crack or break or tear. All stone.
no windows, nothing else, just
A big, nondescript, empty room.
So, just generally speaking, I think that we are kind of getting onto something here, because the last room was like somewhat of a personal library that seemed to have been enchanted so that nothing could be removed, or it would be difficult to. This room, obviously something with it. I'm not sure if you, Kozik, you're able to still kind of sense if this is any sort of magical, because I've got a feeling it is.
Ari's back.
Yeah, when my screen goes dark, it drops me. It's very rude. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So I reach out with my feelings and see if I can detect any magic in the room or what's going on there.
Let's see here. So you cast Detect Magic. Of any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. There are no creatures or objects that seem to be magical.
Strangely enough, this room is coming back clean. I don't know.
Well, what was the trap about then? That's odd.
It might have been something else once. Or maybe by
Right.
setting off the trap, the rooms have gotten swapped somehow.
Oh wow, I like that.
Yeah. But wouldn't you think that that would have some inkling of a trace of magic?
Yes, unless it's something like a puzzle, right? If it's like a. And forgive me for
Like if
this,
it's more
right?
mechanical than anything, yeah.
Exactly.
That's
A
true.
great castle like this could have at one point. How amazing would that be?
I guess
Oh, changing rooms, you mean?
Yes,
random
mechanically.
question cubed
Right.
does this door open inward or outward?
This door opens outward.
Okay. So
Tell us what that means to you, Zed.
well, he's thinking that the room was magical. Kozik not detecting anything. If the door opened into the room, it would technically be in the room. And it's out of the room in the hallway that we're all standing in. Kozik's not detecting magic on it. It was trapped, but the trap must be mechanical, to Niavara's suggestion, because there is no magic on the door.
It is still
And
coated in that ichor.
it is too? Okay. Zed's gonna kind of all right. We've gone into all the other ones, so might as well. He's gonna take a step in.
Niavar will join. Quickly.
Oh,
I'll stay outside.
Have fun.
Oh, are you that scared of the drow?
Oh, there we go.
I'm just covering your
So-
back.
as you step through, something does feel a little off. Those who step through, which would be Zed and Niavara, please give me a wisdom saving throw.
Alrighty. That Zed is feeling lucky. Where's my dice? There it is.
Come on, Mia. Oh my god. That
I get
should
to
pass
use that
though.
for this, right?
What's up?
It's any D20.
Yeah,
I get to use luck for this, right? Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
In this system, you can use a luck on anything, any dice roll now.
Nice.
Good. So as you both step through, your hair just kind of feels like it stands on end, like a little tingle, like a little tase or something. But you steel yourselves, uncertain of what that necessarily represented.
Right, because there's no
And
magic.
little one, though, shivers. Just there's a shiver, like a sudden, almost like he's just suddenly felt really cold.
Well, how spooky is this? And she'll again do a quick little turnaround in the room.
It is.
Yeah, I think Zed.
Still empty.
That's right. Zed's kind of probably similar to Niavara. He's just looking around, seeing if he's noticing anything change or any odd movements anywhere in the corners, or but he'll probably slowly start to walk along this wall, and he's maybe examining to see if there's any small symbols or etches or cracks or anything. Probably running his hand along the side, see if he feels any weird engravings or anything like that.
Give me a perception.
All right.
With a 21, amidst this sizable room that is unusually empty, these light sources that seem to just emanate, just the room just seems lit, which is also very interesting considering if there were a magical object, then he probably would have detected it as magical.
Right.
But yeah, there's still just like ambient light, and with a 21, you do notice that there's and just just you don't have keen elven eyes, but you do have eyes for detail in situations like these. Thieves look for nooks and crannies and any small hidey holes, as your sailor background would indicate. And you do see that there's a couple of bricks in the wall that, unlike some of the others, there does seem to be like a seam. A lot of the others seem like properly mortared and set, but there's a couple of bricks with like seams in them.
Oh.
Hey, Kozik, you want to come take a look at this, mate? Because some of these
Oh,
bricks
yeah.
Let me draw this out
Look.
for him.
different than the others.
All right, are you sure you guys didn't suffer any sort of ill effects or anything by going in that room? I call out.
I felt like keep your wits about you, because I'm not sure if you felt that when we stepped in. It's like a weird little twinge. I'm not sure what it was.
The Beyond.
I gotta check this out.
Give me a sec. I'm
Yeah, okay.
marking all the things down.
Well, that's odd.
And yeah,
Here.
Zed will be probably standing by this one that you marked over here.
Uh-oh.
I'm pausing because I'm still putting the things
right,
down.
right.
And I'm wandering, sorry.
Okay. Okay. So those are the points in which those little markers seem to be. The themes in the brickwork.
How now that he's
And
pointed them out,
also,
I'm going to look for
everybody
them as
else,
well.
because as people have stepped in, I need Sorry to make a wisdom saving throw and Kozik to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Oof.
Well, we'll know what the whiz is for soon enough.
All right. So I need one from Sorry. May or may not be
Okay, I get
disconnecting
a
again.
plus. No, I'm here. I'm just looking. I get a +2 on my on the saving throw. Okay.
All right.
Saving throw. Oops, sorry. Okay.
So she added that. Good. Okay. So a 12 and a 14. All right. An opportunity. So, for Kozik and Sorry, you have the options. Would you like to
Nice.
guarantee a pass with a reroll? Well, not a reroll, sorry. Guarantee a pass, or take your chances and roll it again. A guaranteed pass does come with complications that you do not know what that represents. It could be anything.
Oh,
No, I mean I'll just
I'm gonna
re-roll it.
reroll also.
Very well. Okay.
Oh yeah. I think.
Alrighty. Nobody ever wants the unforeseen consequence.
No fun. No fun for you.
Oh, it would be fun for you. Anyway, so with a 25, so you walk through the door and you just kind of, like I said to other people, there's this tingle. There's this, like, your hair kind of stands on end. There's like almost like an electricity in the air, which for Kozik also doesn't make sense technically because, you know, the detect magic is not picking anything up. But Sorry, you managed to, through sheer force of will, manage to only have this. So you kind of feel a little bit of your divine connection. It almost feels like you're pulled away from it. But this will only
Pulled away?
last.
From the
Yep.
from the room?
Think
Like I wanna
as
leave
if
the
to
room?
say your ability to cast anything magical is currently suppressed for only 4 minutes. Wrong button.
Well, that's a really weird feeling.
And it's kind of like
feel my
you walk into the room and you just kind of feel it's almost like a blast of air hits you in the face kind of thing, and it's almost like you and you as Sorry and your magical capabilities are almost pulled apart from like this almost maybe arcane feeling. You're not really sure what it is. Kozik, on the other hand,
wow.
there is just no timer for it. So as so long as you're in this room, Kozik, you get that familiar feeling of that disconnect. Whereas in the other room, like the quote unquote illusion room, when you felt like your lady had withdrawn their power from you, you get that feeling again, but it feels more like a weight has forced it down to the point where you can't connect to it. Like it's there. It feels like it's there, but it's so far separated from you that you can't grasp it anymore. You don't have that attachment per se, or the string of connection is so weak that you can't draw upon it.
Uh-huh.
I feel like all my magic's been ripped from me. That is a weird feeling. I don't like it.
To end his
Yeah, there must
concentration.
be some sort of magic burglar alarm or something on this room, but I didn't detect it. And I feel like I feel like my magic is suppressed. I can't access it.
Doing the character
What
sheet.
about
That
you
might not
guys?
be a good place to stay.
Gonna end that.
Does
But
it come
anyway,
back
I
if we
guess
walk out of the room? Cubed.
you can leave the room. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Does
you
it
could
come
walk out.
back? Does our magic come back when we leave the room?
Sorry. If you do it immediately, no.
It doesn't come back. Oh wow, that's not good. It's sticking with me even when I go out. I don't like it.
Well, in any event, I go to examine what it was that Zed wanted to show us.
Yeah, Zed's standing over by this sort of mark on the wall. And he'll give Kozik some room to examine it.
Ah, you step on that side of it? Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Yeah, he moved out of the way, not knowing what's going on.
So as you cross that threshold, and this is all happening when Niavara's stood
Mhm.
back here because
No
I had to
worries.
pause after you guys were trying to move everywhere. Let me draw something out just for you. I could do a circle. Well, it won't let me circle. Come on, let me draw. Freaking. It's gonna be difficult. Dang it, Foundry. Freehand it is. So you see the color of this brick change. So the wall is like this boring, nondescript gray, just like somebody just took a bunch of stone, cut it, smoothed it, made a room. But once you step beyond this point, it does seem like it takes on a different coloration. It's like it's a reddish hue now. This one out. And the one on the other side of the room also changes its coloration.
So Zed is seeing everything change, like on both sides of the room, but we're not seeing that.
Zed was the one who's got eyes on it.
Um, Zed would definitely mention it. Um, it looks like there's some sort of odd reaction with that stone over there and this one, and he's gonna reference this one across the room.
Yep.
So he's going to slowly start to walk over to that one. He's kind of like looking back and forth between the two of them and trying to notice if there's any difference as he's going over towards this one here.
All right. As you start to move, they glow a brighter red and make me a dexterity saving throw. As you see a beam of light get fired from basically both of them.
Beautiful trap.
Oh, that's not good.
Mechanical trap.
For a whopping 1 point of damage as it just slightly sears your skin. Maybe not even hitting it, just the heat radiating from like this laser beam, or I guess in fantasy context, some kind of ray of fire.
Okay.
Just whisks past you and gives you a little ouchie.
So would this?
And did Neovar
'cause
also
I'm not even
move?
sure.
Yeah. Towards
cool.
him.
You get to make me a dexterity saving throw also.
That I don't know if evasion would affect this because I don't know exactly what happened, but it's also just 1 point of damage, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's usually damage is always at least 1. There's always a
Yeah.
minimum of 1.
Let's see.
So we could just say your evasion might be how you only got slightly like spilled the equivalent of spilling a hot coffee on your hand as opposed to spilling it like on your leg or on your face. Terrible analogy. And Neovar, you dodge out of the way as laser-like beams are fired at you.
Where do they come from with me? Top, bottom, or same two?
Top, bottom.
Oh. Mechanical. Fantastical. What an amazing thing this is.
And you move again?
Oh,
Like-
just towards him, yeah. Out of the way.
All right. Give me another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, it does not like us being in here, Zedrin.
I
can get out of here no problem. The issue will be the rest of you.
All right. So while all this is going on, the camera pans outside to the people not getting fired at by lasers. Opal and Veldrin. I give them time
So
to
Veldrin, how do you think they're holding up in there?
pew pew.
Does the laser make a noise?
No.
No. How bright is it?
Are you like looking in, or you just kind of?
If you are in view of the door, not specifically looking in, but like in view of the door, would you see the room light up?
Interestingly enough, no, because the room is already lit. Well, if you're looking in the room, it doesn't seem like there would be a obvious color change. It's not like disco ball going off in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it all happened so very quickly.
Think we should go in there, check on them, make sure they're not dead. What do you think, buddy?
I guess looking won't hurt.
Taking a peek inside.
So you take a peeksy weeksy, and inside, let's see. I don't know what kind of stance would everybody be in. I figured Zed and Niavara might be doing like the knees bent, low to the ground, hands out, like trying to stabilize, like what's going on.
Yeah.
Sari's over there, like looking at this. Well, you can't see it from your angle. She's looking at the wall. Kozik looks like he's gonna be like he's investigating this wall here, which will pan the camera to them in a second.
That's good, Bill.
Thanks, Velvin. Huh.
Niavar, has one hand down, like, oh, look at that. A beautifully trapped room. And that means either there's something in here or there's another way through here.
Is something shooting at us?
Is something shooting at us? Yes. You might want to get out of here unless you're particularly agile. Or you're willing to get
Well,
shot at.
Well, I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here. Come on, get out of here.
All
Everyone.
right. Sorry, as you start moving, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. Dexterity saving throw.
Yep. As some kind of ray of energy is fired at you. And with a 14, 15. Oh, not a d20. You get grazed for 3 points of damage.
Ah, well, that hurts. What is that thing?
That ping? I think I can ping. Oh, I can't
I
ping.
don't know. This room is awful.
And it was fired from the thing up there.
Zed's gonna fire one back at that one that just hit Sorry.
All right. Firebolt.
So normal
outta here.
attack. Oh no.
Oh, shoot. I went under. Oh,
Let's see.
what happened? Uh-oh.
Roll me a
uh-oh.
D100. And at this point, high, it will be bad.
Okay. Fuck.
Oh.
Oh.
That is very high.
Oh,
See,
can
sometimes
move
I'll let
for
you
me?
know
I
when
got
high
that
is
under
bad.
you.
Just want to, remind you guys, sometimes I do invert these numbers.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
So with a 91, you go to fire at the thing that it all happens so quick, like blink of it, less than the blink of an eye, like a reaction shot. Like this thing fired at Sorry, you turned and fired back, and with that 91, it kind of like blows up in your face.
Shit. You want to
So-
roll damage?
Give me some damage.
Oh.
Hmm.
So half of that. So
Okay.
8 damage. Because you're not necessarily like pointing the beam at yourself and firing. This is more like too much energy, blowback from it.
Fuck. All right, let's get out of here.
And
Oh,
Kozik, as all this is going on,
Oh, okay.
you just saw Zed shoot at a thing
Mhm.
in the wall. And you were going to investigate this symbol coloration brick thing?
Yeah, totally.
All right, what would you like to know about it?
Well, I don't know. Does it seem mechanical, or it's just a flaw in the engineering, or what?
Let's see. You can give me on trying to attain that information. Give me a. Let's do a history. Do dwarves still get stone cutting edition? Let me check.
It seems like it's not really the same thing as it used to be.
Seeing it on the
What
thing
I
here.
think I received as a demonic present. Was it a +2 to intelligence, or just 2 intelligence checks, or
Oh, that was to your score. So yeah.
so? Would I get like a +1 to that? So 12.
Yep. So a 12. So despite your newfound
Maybe maybe it's
insight,
just maybe. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say with your newfound infernal insight, a 12, you are uncertain as to what this is per se. However, I will say with the 12, what you have derived from your detect magic, that you have no idea.
I look back at the dynamic duo in the middle of the room, and I just sort of shrug, like, I don't know.
Out of there, everyone. Come on.
But like I said, it does seem like it's words are hard today. It does seem like there is like space in between the brick though. So, like perfectly mortared, this seems like there's like spacing in between it.
Oh, that's worthy of investigation.
Well, can I whack at it with my hammer?
You sure can. So you hit it with your hammer
Yeah.
and the lights turn green.
And with a little like the sound of an echo in an empty room, maybe especially amplified by the stone, I go plonk, and then I guess the lights change. I don't know what that means. Do you guys
What did that
know
do?
what that means?
They were red before. Zed's just kind of like shaking his hand out. So he's gonna just take. He's the guinea pig for this scenario, so he's gonna take another step toward the other, toward this green light.
Nothing happens.
Oh.
Is the light coming from where the seams are?
Correct.
I think it's, yeah, it's like faint, right? But
Yep.
it's noticeable. Okay.
Faint but noticeable.
I didn't get zapped. Take another step.
So you took one step, paused,
Hey,
and then took
Opal,
another one?
could you move so I...
Yeah.
Opal, could you move so I could get out from under you? I got under you
Oh,
somehow.
yes.
Thanks.
You can also click on your token or highlight it with the little box tool and then use the arrow keys to move if ever you get stuck under a token.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so that's 2.
Well, in dwarven culture, sometimes the color green indicates maybe safe, or like it's safe passage, and red is an opposite color, I think, for most of the intelligent cultures.
The intelligent cultures.
Intelligent.
Well, we're not troglodytes, are we?
Oh,
Debatably.
yes, Neovara's arguing for the fact that we are.
Yes, some of us, perhaps.
Make a 1 to 10 scale for each of the party members, Neovara, including yourself.
No. So I have a rather clever idea.
Oh, let's hear it.
And she casts her channel divinity outside of the room. Like over here. Her trickery. I can swap places with it just fine. And thusly, she transposes herself with her trickery. I'm just going to put a double Neovara. I'm going to use the old Inanna model to clarify which one's which. So that's the trickery. That's Neovara. I can just swap places with her.
But is your magic working while you're in the room, though? Can you actually do that spell?
Yes, because I succeeded. And even then, it's not magic.
Well, whatever
It's a
you
channel
bloody call it,
divinity.
same difference.
Nope. Rules based, very different.
Okay.
I may or may not have cheated at a game of arm of wrestling with it. But and now she focuses on the hallucination. She can investigate. And once she's in place, I can take her place again.
Oh,
3 action. One more
so
act.
that
Or
she can
activates
get.
again.
Because she can just walk over here. And even if she misses every single save, who cares? She's an illusion.
Right.
All
You
right.
can't get hurt.
And just as she makes her way to that wall, you would notice the lights turn red again.
I'm
4
imagining they
actions.
keep shooting at her.
Nope, it's as she gets to the wall. Like as soon as she stops at the wall, like basically at the end of her turn, as it were, is when they turn red again.
All right. I guess I'll let that calm down before I take places with her, because I don't want to get shot at. So, Zeteran, how are you planning on getting out?
He's gonna ruffle his cloak a little bit. Like, shouldn't be too hard. How far away is it? Oh,
I'm just
actually,
gonna do it in a quick little bum rush.
he can. Well, I mean, is this dim light technically cubed?
Oh, it's well lit in here.
Fuck. Okay. Well, it's gonna be difficult then. You see him start to kind of ruffle his cloak, and then he looks around. He's like, "Oh yeah, never mind."
Mm-hmm.
And Kozik, feel free to make me a free perception check as you are standing there.
Okay.
Mm,
Nice.
nice.
Something about as a dwarf who has lived in the mountains, observes stonework, knows a thing or two about, stone. Something ain't right about the stonework that is, as far as the board's orientation, just above you. and with the 24, it is extremely easy to miss it, but there is a very, very faint and very slight detail that is pretty easy to miss. Or maybe it wasn't there before. Who knows? But you can swear that you can see like a weird like outline of some like a outline of a humanoid creature, but the size of a large humanoid creature. And even with the 24, you can probably we'll go fuck it. So and also with that 24, you could swear that you hear the sound of like a very faint stone grinding sound. Like something is moving through the stone. Not necessarily like breaking through, but it's almost like a very slow just kind of that kind of sound.
Huh. Hey guys, unless we have a really unless we have a direct way to solve this puzzle, maybe we should get out of this room. I feel like there's a presence or something that might be trying to come through here.
That's what the
Maybe that's why the door was trapped, so we don't go in. Like protect people from going in.
like a presence. What do you mean? Like a ghost?
It's almost as if perhaps I thought I saw maybe an outline of some sort of entity, or I don't know, as if like this whole room were a sort of burlap sack and something was poking on the outside.
Oh,
But
sorry.
that means we're the pig in the poke in this case.
Sorry. Detect good and evil. I have it if you can't cast it.
All right. We'll
If
cast
Let-
it.
unaligned.
Let's see what friend we have from beyond.
Wouldn't it be funny if all of the things in there were demons like that door?
Well,
So you go to cast Detect Good and Evil, and luckily enough, it's at some point between when you felt that disconnect to now, you're able to reconnect with your arcane prowess or divine.
Right. Thank God. Thank the divine.
And you don't detect anything. Well, let's see. Hold on. You detect well, let's see. Niavara is technically Fey. Nothing registers outside of what you would normally expect.
All right. I can't tell anything about it.
Well, I could be wrong. I don't know. It's certainly
It is a
challenging
construct.
room that we're in. What kind of treasure can we find in here? I'm not sure.
So what's Veldrin and Opal doing?
Belgian's feeling pretty fresh out of ideas about this thing.
Yeah, we've been here with this kind of stuff for a while, haven't we? Rooms with funny things inside of them, causing problems for anybody who might enter.
Oh, bored are you? Okay.
Not bored, more. How else are we supposed to approach something?
Something that's shooting at us, and there's no discernible reason why.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's just
except
one
for
big
being
game
there.
of maybe it's just one big game of DDR. You to enter the regular
DDR.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh,
And as you present that question, I suppose, the lights switch to green.
wow, they're going back and forth from green to red.
Is it fucking red light, green light?
Yeah. Kozak, it's probably time to leave, mate, before it goes red again.
Niavara will surreptitiously swap places with the other version
But why?
because she cannot, as a fake, interact with the room at all.
But Zed just said we should all leave. You should all leave, and you went back in.
Yes, because she's going to investigate the hole as it's green.
Oh, okay.
With a 16 investigation, it is green, and it looks like Kozak moved out. Okay, no lasers get fired at you. So with a 16, it kind of seems like there's a bit of a like a pressure plate, quote unquote. Like if you were to, it kind of seems like with the space around the brick that you can probably push it in some way, shape, or form. Whatever what that represents, you are not sure, but it definitely seems like there's a little bit of a light that emanates from the area around the brick that's coming from like the seals where it would be. Yeah, and right now it is currently glowing green, much like the one on the other side of the room. And Zed, you can make me a quick perception check.
Nice.
Ping. Ping, let me ping. Ping. And over there in that spot of the wall that Kozak was just investigating, there's a kind of a silhouette forming, but it's not like a silhouette being carved out of stone per se. It's a silhouette of something green. A very large green humanoid. Well, humanoid shape, bipedal, arms, legs, head, but large.
Okay.
Coming out of where?
Oh, the wall that
Okay,
Kozak was
thanks.
just looking at.
Okay.
Um. So whatever Niavara is doing, Zed's now focused on, I guess, what Kozak had also noticed. And where was it again? Is it like right here?
Yeah, like in
Okay.
that area, that wall section.
Let's see. Zed's gonna cast a minor illusion of himself standing right in front of that space of that silhouette, I guess.
All right.
But he's gonna stay where he is, especially since Niavara just came back into the room.
Oh, you can't tell There are two identical Niavaras. She can transpose between them at will. The only person who can notice is Sari, and that's because the Fey presence at her side vanished.
But with that being said, then he is assuming that you're still in the room.
All right. So you did a minor illusion. You did an investigation. What's other people doing?
I'm using my divine sense ability because no, I did. Why didn't it go? I just said, oh, the designated item uses. What? The designated item uses source that divine sense consumes no longer exists. What? Consumes no longer exists? What does that mean?
Oh, you're
Wait,
trying to
Box,
do the
what does
divine
that mean?
sense?
I'm trying to use my divine sense, and it said the designated item uses source that divine sense consumes no longer exists. What the heck does that mean? Consumes no
Looking at.
longer exists.
I think it's saying that an item that the spell consumes no longer exists.
You can use awareness detect.
I don't know what that means. What does that
Oh,
mean?
see, what does it
Wait,
mean?
okay, now it worked. I unchecked a box. I don't even know what that meant.
So you
Okay.
might have checked like one of the items that is needed to cast the spell, and it was saying like you don't have that in your inventory.
Oh.
Sometimes
Or it's a bonus action. Maybe I can only use it in. Let's see.
I think it's just Foundry bumping its head against a wall. It's thinking that it needs to use a resource and then it doesn't have a resource to use because
Oh, I
technically
see.
it doesn't need to use one. It's just Foundry being confused. You should be able
Okay.
to, if you were able to cast it or put it in there, you should be able to, yeah,
Celestials,
you
fiends,
should
and
check.
undead.
There's a box you can check that says like, basically like don't consume
Yeah,
item
I
or
unchecked the
whatever.
box
So-
that said consume resource. I unchecked that box.
Yeah.
So you want to
That's
do
how I was
divine
able to
sense
use it.
even though you have detect evil and good up?
Well, because that's evil and good, but this is about checking
I-
for celestials, fiends,
Evil and good does that.
undead. I mean,
Evil
with
and good does that.
celestials, what's that?
It does the same thing.
Oh, celestials are
Celestial,
neither good
elemental,
nor
fey,
evil?
fiend, or
Okay.
undead is detect evil and good.
It actually does
Oh,
less
okay.
things, which is crazy.
All right. Well, forget
Probably because this
that
is a
then.
freebie.
Oh, true.
Just forget it.
Yeah, divine sense does.
Hmm.
Yeah. Looking for one more action because the thing activates. At the end of
So there's some sort of man over here.
some large man in the wall. Yep. That Zed noticed.
So,
Well, technically, an
Niavar.
illusion of Zed over there now.
What is it, Zedrin? I sense you're hovering behind me.
There's something looks like it's in the wall over there.
So she'll turn around from where she's been like trying to investigate and go, in the wall, huh?
You'll see the minor illusion is just like pointing at the wall. I'm not sure if that works like that, but
Hmm. Well, that's spooky.
Are all these
Let's-
other marks also the same sort of like bricks as these two?
Yep.
And none of the other ones are glowing though?
Not currently.
Hmm. Is it still green?
As of this exact moment, nobody has acted yet.
Nevar's gonna make her mad dash then to the other side. To investigate the ghostly outline of the
5, 10,
man.
20, 25, 30. So let's see, a dash, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, you have to dash to get over there. All right. So you dash on over to this wall, and something happens. Do-do-do. And the something is the silhouette of whatever this person is becomes more and more solidified.
Oh. It's a golem.
Yep.
Wow.
And what's Neovar's AC 14? Oh yeah. With this
Hit
bonuses,
me.
that's gonna hit. So this thing it goes from a silhouette in the wall and like this green form to like this green silhouette kind of thing to an actual arm made of stone reaching out of the wall. And instead of going to just like punch the shit out of somebody, it just grabs his hand, like this just massive hand around like, well, if it's large, I'd imagine its hand would probably just wrap around like her whole torso. Basically, it looks like it was trying to go for like a chokehold, but the hand is just so big that it just like grabs Neovar's just like whole body. Well, let me think.
Did it try to hit the
large
minor
creature?
illusion at all? Or did it just
No.
go straight for Nevarra?
It went for Neovara. And it's basically, it went from, as it steps forward and does this, the coloration goes from, no, it's still green. It's still green. But this is where we get to do, oh wow, so I have old initiative, hold on. Clear that. Give me some initiative.
Ah,
The poop golem.
Just the people in the room or everyone?
Everybody. And basically, as its surprise round, it grabbed onto Neovara, and it's just gonna fling her into a wall.
oh man.
So it's not a punch, it's gonna be do it. Okay.
That was weird. Why did it?
That normal. And as it does so, its body goes from like this greenish hue to red, and it's at this exact moment that it throws
Oh.
Neovara.
Hulk.
I'll take being Loki. One sec before I roll
You
initiative.
need
though.
God. I love that line. So you would take not that one. D10. There we go. So 7 damage as you are slammed into the wall, and also you get to make a dexterity saving throw. At well, Just get a dex saving throw. As the bricks that were once green have turned red as you are mid-flight. So just a normal dexterity saving throw for Niavara.
Yeah.
When red
Give me a
light, green
moment.
light gets extreme.
And I guess at this point you probably already know it, but DC 15. That's the save questions.
I'm sure I will make
For the
it.
god?
Just had to walk away from my computer with my other computer, if you will.
Well, once
Come on,
you
girl.
do that.
I
23.
think I made it.
Yep. So you just get slammed into the wall and pretty much just maybe the wind knocked out of you for a moment. But that brings us to the
Oh,
top
wait,
of the order
initiative. Yeah, that tracks.
of Zed. The creature, his body has turned red.
Are the bricks in the wall red? Or are they still
Yep.
green?
They are all red.
Okay.
They like you would see that they change at the exact same time the body of this creature did.
Gotcha. Um. All right. Well, Zed's gonna stay where he's at then. Um.
Using clay golem stats, but
Yeah. Um. I get. Well, might as well. I'll use steady aim, but I think that's only gonna affect one of these.
yeah, it would. Good thing you didn't try to use that on your nat 1.
Yeah, dude.
14. Oh,
I
yeah.
will spend another point of luck for this one, and this will be
Nice.
normal.
And what's it look like when you cast gems? Because is there like some thematic you gotta do when you're?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I've casted before, but it's you probably see him
Those crits.
like reach into his coat, and he's gonna take out what looks to be kind of an old classic looking like cigarette case, if you will. And he's gonna open it. It's very kind of ornate. It's almost kind of glowing a little bit, like a silvery sort of. And he clicks it open, and there's three what look to be, I mean, very comically almost Acme style looking darts. And he's actually physically going to hurl each one of them. And as soon as they get airborne, you can see they kind of almost like bottle rockets or like sparklers or whatever. They kind of look like little fireworks going through the air, like zipping around and stuff. But he's being very serious about it when he does it.
So all 3 of them would hit.
Nice. Oh, let me get my luck point. That's what I was doing. That too. And that's awesome. So that is 1, and I'm pretty sure it's all force damage. If that makes a difference.
Damage immediate.
I also don't know why it's rolling it as a crit. Well,
All right. So what's the total?
it's doing okay. It's doing it again. Hold on. Just ignore these. I have to fix that spell. It should be what 6d4? I'll just do that. Okay, that's better. I was like, I shouldn't be getting that was like 40 damage before. So 21 force damage. I think it was good rolls on those too.
Nice.
All right. So Jim's hypoallergenic dart missiles
Gluten free. Yeah.
smack into this creature. And yeah, they definitely hit.
He's not gonna move because he's not gonna get zapped again, or he doesn't want to. So
Okay, that
He'll stay
doesn't
there.
come to play yet. No berserk yet. All right. And since you didn't move, all right, sorry, you're up. You see, I mean, around the corner,
Okay.
this thing pop out of the wall. You see Neovara get flung. You see Zed firing at it, firing some magic at it. And the lights are red currently.
And we don't really know what that means.
Well, we're about to find
So
out. Give me a
I'm gonna-
dexterity saving throw.
because I came up next to him. Oh, because I
So
came back into the room.
probably as you're running in, because I guess Zed, I just realized that I don't think anyone's hollered this out. I think the people in the room figured it out, but just didn't say anything. But if you were moving in, where'd you go? Yeah. As you were moving in, Zed's gonna kind of reach out. If you move, it's gonna zap you. When the lights are red, we gotta stay still. But it's probably like as you're coming in.
Damn, I wasn't paying a good enough attention. Well, let's see. Oh,
All right.
Hey,
you.
there you go.
You are not zapped. Lasers are fired at you, but they fly all around you in
And I
bullet
do a little
time.
acrobatic roll down onto the floor as I'm moving forward, so they just go right over the top of me. And I come up standing in front of this thing, and I grab my battle axe, and I attack that schmo. Let's see. Get a 2 on attack. Throws
I wonder if they figure out what
Okay.
happens on green.
Oh yeah.
A 24 would hit.
Okay. And then should I just do my second attack now or do the damage for that
Oh
one?
yeah, resolve the attacks first because it'll be easier to
Alright.
visually spot them. Both will hit.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Swing, smash.
Don't you have the thing where you can roll twice and take the higher?
Oh yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Savage attacker.
Nice. There
All
you go.
right. I'm taking the higher one for that attack. That's a 9, and then
Hit.
I think I can do it on both of them, can I?
I think it's just one per turn.
Yep, once per turn.
Okay, and then I also get to do. Oh, that's weird. Echoing. Okay, it went away. And then I'm also gonna do. Let's see. Doesn't this add to the? Wait, how do I? Oh, I'm forgetting right now how I use that. Don't I get to add it to my melee weapon?
Yeah, when you hit with a melee weapon, you can, with a bonus action, do what is it, 2d8 radiant?
Yeah, why am I not seeing what it
Mine's
what
I
it
think
also
can
that
do?
linked. I think that linked to your feet, and not if you go into your spell list,
Ah, okay.
because it has
But I'm not
Paladin Smite.
using it as a spell, but I can read it. Okay.
Yeah, so you could
Let's
cast it from your
see.
spell list and just like don't use the spell slot.
Okay, so then I would just like check that. Okay. So that would be a divine smite, I think. Yes. So just undo the spell slot once that.
Yep.
Okay, there we go. And then undo that spell slot. Oh, it won't. Oh, there it goes. Okay, and okay, first. Okay,
7 more.
7. And then I'm thinking I have another free one with my amulet. I might as well use it.
That. I applied to the
Might
right
as well
person.
use it.
Oop.
Okay. So that's 60,
Divine Smite.
32 altogether.
Let's see. So you're doing the Divine Smite.
And then I have a
Well, that's a
freebie
bonus
on with my
action.
amulet.
Amulet does.
And I did one for each of my attacks.
We check. Make sure we're doing it right. And this is using the Amulet of the Devout.
Yeah, the 2. Where is it? 2 and +2 amulet of the devout. Yes.
Oh, so you'd have to do it on the next round because Divine Smite is a bonus action. So this is just saying you get to do it twice
Oh, I
instead
can't
of
use
once.
both of them. Okay. I'm taking off that 9, so I got
Okay.
23 points
Okay.
of damage then.
It looks like it used up one of your spell slots too. If you want to go replenish it.
I did take that back. I took my spell slot back.
Yeah, so on
'Cause
the
I was
No, but
next
you had-
round, if you want a Divine Smite, then you can use the amulet because Divine Smite is still there's still an action economy aspect to it, which is a bonus action.
Oh, for the next round, yes. Okay.
Not like the old Smite.
All right. So
They
if I
nerfed
take
it.
this one off of this round, I have 23 in damage, I guess.
All right.
Altogether.
All right, move action bonus. All right. Veldrin. You hear commotion in the room. You can't necessarily see what's going on other than the fact that the lights keep changing. Mostly because, you're around the corner.
Oh.
Line of sighty thing.
I'm gonna test this real quick, and I'm gonna do it. All right, I fixed it.
So what's Veldrin want to do? Who might have stepped away.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Oh.
He will be peeking on in, seeing what's going on. And
So you moving up to the door or moving inside?
moving up to the door.
I'll draw out the door so they could
Get the
Neavara being puny god on the wall.
underneath Inanna.
Oh, I can move her.
Don't
You
worry.
realize as you move through her that she is just an illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So the real one went back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't tell you though.
There you go. That's the door.
Oh, right there.
So you peek
So
inside,
he's
and you see Neovar get slammed against the wall. You'd see Zed firing missiles at. I mean, from this angle, you can see like enough of it to look inside.
Mhm.
See Sari attacking this stone creature that is currently glowing red.
What exactly is going on?
By Golem. Golem. Golem.
Golems usually have a directive, don't they?
Yeah, probably to protect the room.
Is it possible to communicate with them?
They're not alive.
Sometimes alive things can communicate. Things that aren't alive can
Oh shoot!
communicate.
I forgot to have something happen. Sorry. Give me a quick wisdom saving throw, please.
A
I
wisdom saving
won't retcon your
throw.
turn, but
Okay.
not for Velgen. For sorry, Velgen didn't go in.
I got
Oh.
smashed.
Hmm.
It's.
Okay.
Does a door communicate?
Yes, actually, you ran in. Yes.
No.
In,
I-
in
I
one
walked into
specific
that one.
case, yes. But
So sorry, you feel after you swung your weapon that maybe you overextended, who knows what, but for whatever reason, there is that disconnect again. So your
Oh,
turn still
really?
went through, but it was just the DM forgetting to lots of mechanics in play right now.
Okay. Does that mean my next turn I won't have my magic, or what does it mean?
Correct.
For
You
my next
basically won't
turn.
be able to use your magic. But right now it's
Right.
Velgen's turn. I didn't want to retcon the turn, but
So you're
it'll affect
saying
next
that we can't learn anything about the wizard from the golem?
You can try.
Neohara says from the floor.
Oh, that's funny. So the conundrum of what
You know-
Velgen does.
Yeah, it's like, do I cast a spell or do I do this? I think I'm gonna do this. The golem! Hello! Do you understand me?
It appears to be ignoring you. It seems so very focused on sorry right now who just hit it. It's super distracted. Maybe if you spend more time trying to communicate with it, it might pay attention to you.
Sorry, try talking with it.
Well, I don't know what to say to them. What the heck are you throwing and Nevar across the damn room for? You could have just talked to us. What you want?
It says nothing.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit.
No, but we might be able to find something out about the wizard from it.
Who sent you in here?
No response.
Do you
I
have a
don't.
master? I mean, it must have a master, but
No response.
They're not known to be particularly talkative or smart.
no.
It's made out of clay. It's not even a good one.
don't let Opal hear you say that.
Opal,
You're
give me
made
a
out of
perception check.
not
I
made
was
out of
thinking the
clay.
exact same thing.
A perception check
Yup,
for me.
yup. Okay, you didn't
That's
hear
an
it.
11.
Oh, dude.
It's not even one of the good ones.
So, Veldrin, you're spending your turn trying to reason with it, basically?
Yeah.
All right. Well, all attempts to do so seem to be met with you being ignored.
Does it appear to be purposeful ignoring?
You can give me an insight check. You are uncertain. It did just get attacked, so maybe it's busy. Maybe spending more time attempting to reason with it might yield something. Who knows?
Okay.
Eating into it. All right, its turn. Let's see. We got Sorry in front of it. So it's gonna go for the thing that just hit it. That it is close to.
Well, I would.
Let's see. No, no, no. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's just gonna try and do a thing. So we will start off, since it's not just a quick surprise round, it gets its full complement of fun stuff. Yeah. So it's gonna smack you with one fist.
Slam.
Come on and slam.
Welcome to the jam.
That will very luckily miss you.
Yes.
And then it's going to use its other ginormous hand to try and grab you. And potentially fling you into a wall while it is currently glowing red. I'm just going to use the slam because it's just the same base attack bonus. Nope, and that would miss too. So it basically tried to reach out and touch face. That should have been athletics. Oh well, I did slam. I'm looking at the wrong thing. All right, and on its turn, it will change to green.
Hmm.
Or whatever that represents. Kozik.
All right. Well, I'm still feeling bereft of my magic abilities, but I feel like I want to help. I can't really do anything from out here. So I am going to re enter the room. See here.
And give me another wisdom saving throw.
I'm going
At this
to go there.
point with
Oh, wisdom saving
disadvantage.
throw again?
Yep.
Oh. This is okay.
All right. Noted. So what are you doing?
I guess I'll. So this X that I'm kind of standing by, I kind of ducked into the room and see this kind of chaos, and I hug to this wall over here. And is this X like? What is that? Is it something I can hit with a hammer?
Yeah, it's one of those colorful bricks.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a whack.
So you smack it. So it turns green.
Yeah.
Right. Turn green. Hits it. Alright, so when you hit it, the golem and the other bricks turn red. Back to red.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I did something. That'll be my turn.
Alright. Next up is Opal.
Yay! All right, it's time to peek inside.
I don't know what.
Wait, was Veldrin able to do stuff from outside of the room?
Belgian was trying to reason with it from outside.
I'm going to step inside of the room. Dude.
Alright, give me a wisdom saving throw.
And Zed's gonna reach up and holler out as he sees Opal start to come in. Oh, don't move while it's red.
Understood. That is a natural 20.
Oh
Who
shit, you
wants
look
the
really smart.
inspiration?
Shit, you look really sorry.
Does anybody not have inspiration?
I
Because
think sorry might
do.
be the only one.
Sorry?
Yeah, I don't have one.
Have it.
I'd
It's
love one.
yours.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then
Oh,
lightning
Ivar
launcher.
doesn't either.
Sorry, Niavara.
But you did still step in, so
Yes.
that's still a dexterity saving throw.
Ah, God, I forgot X. Immediately into a crit fail. You know what? You know what? Before anything happens, I'm going to inspire myself.
Damn it, that goes.
As I trip on my own feet, I immediately just go, nope, not happening. I did not just pull that off to immediately trip on my own feet. How's that?
Alright. Lasers get fired at you, and you almost trip over your own feet, but maybe a bit of that instability as you're starting to stumble forward, you catch yourself very cleverly and very well hidden, as if to say just enough to make it so the lasers do not hit you.
Awesome. Question said, can we still attack while the lights are red?
Yeah, just if you move, they're gonna fire laser beams at you.
Gotcha. Alright. And lightning launcher time. First attack, 24.
Yep, that would hit.
8 damage. And then I'm going to use my extra attack. And it's going to go for a second round. 21.
That would hit.
11 for a total of 19 damage.
It does indeed lightning launch. Wait a minute, checking something. Okay, it does indeed lightning launch.
Awesome. And that will be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. Next up, Niavara, who got slammed into the wall.
And now she has to, get up and handle shit. You know how it is in this bitch of a world. Embarrassing. I got caught. Ew. Okay, let me just read the wording on the Trickster's transposition. Awesome. It is a bonus action. So I can make it an action, and then move. In which case, she's going to do the beautiful and always, always, always useful. Stand up. Go over here to impose, flanking for sorry. Cast inflict wounds. Shove that knife directly, metaphorically into the clay.
I mean, stone. The clay golem just had.
True.
It's basically a stone golem, but using the clay golem stats.
Oh yeah, con save.
Get. Yeah, it's good.
Oh shit.
So you reach out and, inflict some wounds.
Half as much damage, so 5.
5.
And then with her bonus action, she swaps places.
All right.
And sort of waves at Veldrin like, wow, okay. So not to plan.
Not to play. Nice.
In what way?
I was hoping we could, look around before everything exploded.
You didn't think an empty room wouldn't be a trap?
I knew it would be one. I just was hoping I could get to actually see the mechanism of it.
All right, Zed.
So the lights are still red.
Well, they turned green, and then Kozik hit
Mhm.
hit one of the bricks, and it turned back to red.
Let's see. Um. Would you let me use my mage hand to, like, these? Thinking of these bricks as like almost buttons. Could I use a mage hand to like go press this one, see if it does anything?
You can always try, but that would take your action, as that is a basically using item interaction.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I'll attempt it.
So you cast your mage hand, and it floats over, completely and utterly untracked by lasers. And you
I'm
push
just
in the
gonna
brick.
just fist bump this brick.
And it is currently red, so it then turns to green.
And so Would you let me insight check, or do I not have a action economy for that?
As the current rules would go, that you wouldn't have the action economy for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off of his intuition without an insight check. This might be the time to try and reason with it, if that is our attempt.
Veldrin, did you hear that?
Before we hit it again,
What was that?
Zed's gonna holler out because the lights all just turned green again. Because he hit this this button down here, this brick. And so he's gonna holler out, this might be a time to try and reason with it if we're gonna attempt it before we hit it again. And that'll be his
Okay.
turn.
Alrighty. Sorry.
Actually, so if I have movement, can I just move to here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Okay. Good call.
Mr. Gollum,
For those of you
can you
watching,
tell us what it is you be wanting? Why are you attacking us?
there is no response.
It
For-
might
I
need
don't think this
simpler.
fella's got much to
For
say.
those of you watching,
It might need simpler questions, yes or no questions.
the fun mechanic is if nobody moves while it's green, Lasers attack. If people move while it's red, Lasers attack.
Would you please stop attacking us?
Are you trying to convince it? As in to say,
Yes.
because during combat, that's actually an action now. Interestingly enough,
No, then. I'm not. Well,
basically
crap.
like trying to convince
haven't gotten
somebody
the
in
best-
6 seconds. Like, you know, think
It's an
about in the course of
action?
like action going on in the course of 6 seconds. And mind you, 6 seconds is a whole turn, so that's like an attack, a bonus action, and a reaction. So like think of it like you're trying to reason with somebody in probably like 2 to 3 seconds. So I think that's why they added that like aspect to it. Like what can
Well,
you say in the course of 3 seconds? I would be like, you know, can you please stop attacking us real quick?
Yeah, I'm not going to use an action for that because it's pretty clear that he's not interested in talking. We've given him number of opportunities and he just keeps attacking. So I don't think that by asking it to quit
Convince
attacking,
action, I
I'm going to
believe, is
get anywhere. So I think that is not going to be my action. And is it so I do not have magic at this time
correct.
from that last? Okay. But I could use a magical weapon, yeah?
I mean, you can try.
Like, for instance, the Javelin of Lightning.
You can try.
Does that mean I can try?
That means
Well, I think
there's been no checks to determine if what's going on in regards to that.
Right.
So
all right. Well, it's a magic weapon. It's not my magic, so maybe it'll work. So I'm going to try it. Oh, yeah.
and you're
I'm
just
gonna
stabbing
like
with it.
that. Well, I'm right up on it, so I guess I'm stabbing and not throwing it. Is it only if it's it uses a ranged weapon that I get the magic part?
So if you throw it, it's at disadvantage because you're in melee.
Okay. Well, I'm
But
jabbing
if
at him
you
because I'm right next to him. Oh,
yeah,
but
but if you stab at it, then it's gonna be using your strength, basically your base attack bonus and your strength, as opposed to your base attack bonus and your dexterity. So let's see, you have a strength of 2, dex of, I think it's already calculating that then. 232. I mean, either
So
way,
is that a
24 is going to
better
hit.
is that a better use then of okay, and is the 22 gonna hit?
Yep.
So I hit both of them?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm
I
gonna
think it's already
do
calculating that.
damage
Let's see.
on that.
D20 plus 2 plus. Give me a plus 2.
Oh yeah. One more. Come on. Oh yeah. And then he's not dead. He's not dead yet. Wait a minute, maybe I can. Then I'll go ahead and use my
So to do the extra 4d6, it's if you throw it. So it says the javelin is a magic weapon. When you hurl it and speak the command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide and extends out from you in a target of 120 feet. Each creature. Also, it's a dex save. So are you trying to use the lightning portion?
Okay, well I backed up a couple of feet. What is this purple thing? I can't move my oh there it is. Okay. So I backed up a few feet so I could throw it at him. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm trying to use the maximum damage there.
Yeah, so
Uh,
if you use it, so just for clarification, if you use a javelin of lightning as a melee weapon, you won't get the 4d6. If you
Right.
throw it and activate it, that's when you get to add the 4d6.
Yeah, so I backed up so I could throw it.
Okay, so if you do that, then it makes a dex save.
Oh, because it's red. Is it red? Okay. It's red.
So, dex.
Oh man, that happened last time.
Well, it makes a dex, not you.
Oh, it does. Okay, phew. I thought you were saying I needed to because I moved. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's green right now. Dex. There it is. 30 save.
And it didn't make an attack of opportunity when she stepped away, just for clarification.
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So it passes and only takes half of that. Have enough lightning damage.
Oh, so it only takes one of my 21s. I mean, instead of
Well,
42, it's only
So
21 of damage.
if you attacked it with melee, then you would have been able to attack twice. If you threw it, that's the only thing you can do. As far like you throw it, you can only throw it once. So there's only one javelin of
Okay,
lightning.
I get it. I get it. So it takes half of the 21?
Correct, because that is the damage, and it passed.
Well, then
'cause
I
it's a
am
DC.
definitely
Yep, DC 13.
I'm definitely gonna do my the freebie that I get from
You can
my
only do that on a
amulet.
melee attack.
Damage from the attack. So radiant damage from the attack. It just says the attack.
Also, yeah, Divine Smite.
So I guess I can use it on any kind of attack because it says from the attack,
No.
right?
It's specifically for melee attacks.
So Divine Smite is a level 1 evocation, casting time a bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target with a melee weapon or an unarmed strike. The target takes an extra 2d8 radiant damage from the attack. The damage increases by 1d8 if the target is a fiend or an undead. Using a higher level spell slot, the damage increases by 1d8 for each slot above level 1.
But the javelin is a melee weapon, right? Does it become
But
not a
it's
melee weapon even if I use it as a ranged attack?
it's only if you hit with a melee attack.
God,
So
I
like
wish I'd known all this crap. Okay. All right. So I can't use that divine smite you're saying.
only if you run up and punch it or swing a weapon at it.
Well,
They
since I
they
get a
actually
second
kind of
attack,
nerf
I can
Divine
use my
Smite.
second attack to do that. Can I use
Yeah.
my second attack? Since I get 2 attacks, can I have thrown the javelin once and then run up and hit it with my battle axe again? Like I get 2 attacks, so do I get an extra attack so I can after I threw the javelin, can I run up on it for my second attack?
Yes, because it says the Javelin of Lightning is an action, but you have multi-attack or extra attack. Sorry.
Yeah.
Monsters have something called multi-attack, which is just the same thing as extra attack. I don't know why they had to
Oh.
differentiate that. So whenever I say multi-attack, I just mean extra attack.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack that.
We'll just go with
I'm
that.
gonna
That's
run
fine.
up on it.
Extra attack, just to make it even more confusing. Extra attack literally says multi attack right under it in the tooltip.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm running up on it, and and then I have Niavara there, flanking me. So does that give me that gives me advantage in the attack?
Is Niavara's thing an illusion?
It's an illusion. It was her though.
Oh, okay. I thought you moved there to flank me. Oh, okay. You switched.
Does it still
Okay.
count? So, and I'm going to make a impassioned argument for this. The whole reason why flanking works is because technically speaking, right, they're having to put their attention in 2 different situations, right? Niavara had been there, had just actually heard it from that location, and then, unbeknownst to it, because it can't tell, right? It does not have a secret six, that's to Niavara's understanding. It still is looking, therefore, back at 2 different things at once. It does not realize that it is an illusion.
Ooh.
What says the boss?
In D&D 5e, an illusion cannot be used to flank an enemy. Flanking requires 2 or more creatures to be on the opposite sides of the enemy, and illusions are not considered creatures for the purpose
Well,
of
there you are.
flanking. According to
All
the
right.
forums and, other sources, while illusions can be used to create distractions or give advantage to allies through the help action, they don't have the necessary physical presence to fulfill the flanking requirement.
All right.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna do a normal attack.
Before then, is the transposition yeah, it's can sorry, I tried.
You did, and I appreciate it. All right. How did my attack hit?
Yep, 19 woodland.
Okay, let's do some damage. Oh, that's so sad. And I just realized I don't think I get to do my Divine Smite because was this the time? Wait, did I do it already? Or there
You
was a
haven't used
time I
it
don't
this
get to
turn.
do magic though. Like something happened. Did we
Oh,
already do that turn?
if you're not able to use magic, then that's
Then
a
I
cube
couldn't
question,
use
yeah.
it. Is that this turn I cubed? I
Yep, that
completely
is this
spaced.
turn.
Okay. All right. So I guess my total is 10.5 plus 5. Rounding up that 16 damage. Or rounding down as you would.
All right. Boom.
I think it's half rounded up.
You usually round
All
down.
right, 16.
Oh, okay.
In D&D, there's typically very few cases where you round up.
All right, 15 damage.
All right. Damaged. Eldrin, ready to convince it to stop?
Go, Veldrin.
Yeah, I'll encourage it.
The lights are red or green right now?
Let's see. People have been pressing a lot of buttons. I think right now they are green.
Yeah, as long as they didn't change, Zed
We're on green.
on Zed's turn, he hit one of them and they turned green, and then if they didn't change after Sari's turn, should still be green.
All right. He's gonna walk into the room. Do I have to do a saving throw for walking in?
Yep, a wisdom saving throw.
How close to me are you? Wait, let me get rid because you could use my. No, you're not close enough. Okay, you have to be within 10 feet.
All right, so with a 13, you have an option
Wait, is
now.
that within 10 feet? Because she could get. Okay.
10 feet? Your
Did
thing's
she
10?
did I mean if Vel's in within 10 feet, I get he gets a two extra points
Mouse is being rude.
from me for my war protection or of protection.
Yeah, it's within 10.
So it's actually a 15.
With a 15,
All right.
you feel as though something was gonna go horribly wrong, but instead it didn't. And you're
Yes.
fine.
Okay.
That's not a good feeling.
It's a very unnerving feeling.
Dropping things. After that's gonna be its
Gollum,
turn.
do you know who your master is? Could you tell us?
It appears to be clenching its fist and preparing to strike at Sari.
What are your orders? What are you trying to stop?
So you're trying to divulge information from it?
Yes, he's still trying.
Yeah, let's see here. Guess you can give me a persuasion. That would be your action, though. Well, you get an inspiration. And you
I
said,
already
and
have one. Does
and what-
anybody?
I think everybody is full.
Health-wise, Neovar has lost a couple
Oh
HP.
no. Inspiration wise.
Neovar doesn't have it.
Okay, you can have it.
Oh yeah.
And what was the exact wording of your question?
What are your orders? What is it that you're trying to stop?
Oh, that's easy. It's clenching its fist and getting ready to swing at Sari.
All right.
You definitely got the answer.
Yeah, I did.
All right, its turn. Let's see. The only person close to it is Sari. The last time didn't seem to land a hit, so maybe this time it'll actually get to hit somebody. Let's find out. Who's at 11? So it's gonna just try and smash Sorry into the stone. I was gonna say into the dirt, but there's no dirt here, so stone. Doo-doo-doo. Oh. Yep, I'm pretty sure 27 is gonna hit Sorry. Is that a crit? That was almost a crit. Not quite a crit.
Ouch.
And let's do some damage. I finally get to do some damage to somebody. Aren't you guys excited?
So very excited.
And Sorry, as
I'm
this
just-
thing smacks into you with such vigor, force, and impact, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. Oh.
That is unfortunate.
You said it, boss.
So your hit point maximum is now reduced by 13.
13.
So just keep that in mind,
Okay.
because if you edit it on your sheet, you might forget where your hit point maximum is. So
Wait,
You
what
take-
does that mean then?
that means your hit point maximum right now, until the damage is taken, is 74.
Right.
That number effectively is reduced by 13 from this attack. So you would have 60, your
maximum.
maximum would be 61. So if somebody goes to heal you, they can only heal you up to 61 hit points until whatever this effect is
Until-
goes away.
And it goes away when the golem gets killed or
You-
whatever.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. But I just have to remember it because I can't really change that 74. So I don't
Yeah,
take
it's just
13
safer
points
to
of
keep
damage.
It's just safer to keep track of it because, when or if you get that fixed, it's easy to be like, okay, this was my maximum before the edit, because otherwise you might forget what your number was, kind of thing. So just keep in
So
mind.
where am I? Yeah, okay. So but do I take damage points? Like I have
Oh, yeah.
71 on the left. Do I take
So
I
you-
take 13 damage off of that.
Yep, so you take 13 damage off of that, and your hit point
Okay,
maximum is
58.
now 61. So just keep that noted off to the side somewhere.
Yes, okay. 60. Jeez. That's not pleasant.
Nope, and by the way, it
Where
has
did
a
that
second
all come
attack.
from?
All right.
Where did this all come from?
It
Never
attacked you
heard of
twice
this.
last time, but just missed them both.
Yeah, but I never with this whole thing about like my whole total hit points being reduced. That's a new thing. Never had that
It's-
experience before.
That's come up before, just not to you.
Yeah, not to me, I think.
All right, so its second attack, we're going to have it. Let's see, lights are currently green, so it's going to flip the lights to red and try and grab you.
No, go beat somebody else up. No, I don't want. Actually, I
run
don't
up
want.
to the thing
I
and
don't want
punch it.
that to happen. I take it back.
No, I like this idea. You know what? I really
No,
like your
I
idea
take
here.
it back. Sorry, would rather that she got beat up than somebody else. So you go right ahead.
Let's see. Can we crit? How many times can we crit on Opal? Anyway.
Oh, come on. All right, come on. Give it your best shot.
So typically I was doing an
Hit me
attack
with
roll, but
your
I think it needs to
best
be an
shot.
athletics to grab and throw. So we're going to have an opposed athletics check. I think my brain was reverting to an old system where you had to hit first, then engage a grapple, where now it's just opposed athletics.
What does that mean? Oppose athletic? Is that me checking?
Yeah, so you roll an athletics check and it rolls an athletics check, and whoever wins, the events that occur are in said entity's favor.
So I go to athletics and I just roll that. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Okay. Come on. Sorry. Oh, yes.
All right.
Woo! Okay.
So you feel this thing's just giant hand reach down and try and grab you, and almost like in like in those movies with like a David versus Goliath kind of scenario, like you're holding, like you probably like put your axe away really quick and hold your hands up and meet its hands, and just like, this towering creature trying to grab onto you, but you're holding it off with your sheer force of will and
Yeah.
physique.
Yes.
Yeah, +9.
Phew. I'm gonna need a nap.
But the lights are now. Let me see.
That means
So currently the lights are green. All right, Kozik.
All right, so you said that it turned the lights to red.
Well, the lights are green right now.
Oh, they're green. Okay. But okay. I don't know how well I can fare against this thing just in stand-up combat. So I'm gonna move over
Okay,
to this
somebody
other
move. We're good.
zone. But I'm not gonna hit the brick.
All right, so you still have an action.
I'm gonna yell, "Come on, guys, you can do it!" And I kind of cower against the wall for a second. That's my turn.
All right. Well, I mean, you could. So there is the aid action, just as a reminder. If you can't think of what else you might want to do, you can say, "I aid so and so." So when it comes to their turn, then it will give them advantage on whatever it is they're trying to do.
True enough. I guess I feel like I'd have to be pretty close to the golem there.
Depending on who you want to aid, but yeah. Just a reminder, the
Yeah.
aid is a thing you can do if you can't think of something else to do. Or there's also
Gotcha.
the dodge action, which until the end of your next turn, you have advantage on dexterity saving throws of things that you can see, and any attack against you is made at disadvantage.
Right. Maybe did that used to be called like fighting defensively, sort of?
Correct. That used to be the old
Yeah.
fighting defensively.
I do like to do that. Yeah, I'll be in that condition then until the next round. I'll be yeah.
Cowering defensively. Got it.
Uh-huh.
All right. Opal.
Oh, it's time to go.
Maybe somebody will do some more damage to
The
it. They
thing
just
is
kind of
still
stopped for a bit.
standing.
Kill.
Hmm.
Kill.
Not moving.
It's okay. They
hey,
have one
Opal,
person.
let's get a little more enthusiasm. Oh, okay.
Maybe I should
You're
have
like,
been more
okay, it's
enthusiastic.
time to go.
Okay.
I mean, that was
I'm
a very
tired.
middle of the road response and the middle of the road roll, so I think it manifested perfectly.
Extra attack. Oof. What can I say? I have nothing. That's my turn.
Pew pew. Both shots just go wide, or we'll say it ricochets off of it harmlessly, deflected.
That is really not my best work.
Niavara.
Let's go. All right, we swap back in. Well, actually, no. Hmm.
Hmm.
I think. How much distance do I need? I could just walk there.
Well, you can't go through it, so calculate having to go around it. Because you can't move through an enemy square. You can move through friendly squares. 5, 5:30.
So that's about as far as I can get. So I'm sorry that you can't get advantage off of me, but you know who I can get advantage from? I can get advantage from it.
All right, so what are you doing?
Well, because I have advantage from it, I can use my dagger. With sneak attack. That is not what I wanted to do. Well, kind of, I guess. Let's just use the attack formula. Oh, I should have done with advantage. Does that hit? Let's fish for
Yes, it
crits.
do.
Nope.
Yeah, so 17 will hit. Doing. Yeah.
Add the plus 1d6.
She's doing the syntax for it. And you said you're just using the formula, not the actual weapon?
Huh? Yeah, just the actual weapon. I'm not poisoning it.
Still magical, so that matters. All right.
Unless I'm missing the question.
Basically, I was just asking if you're using the dagger of venom for the attack roll, or just some other
Well, I'm
dagger.
using the weapon, but I'm not.
Yeah.
All right, and then bonus action, swapping places so that I am now in proper position to help Sorry flank.
Is it
Boom.
at the threshold?
Look at that.
It's at the threshold.
Does it not
Yes.
react to the hallucination at all?
It seems unconcerned with it. It's been very focused on attacking Sorry. Oh, decent. Okay. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. All right. Zed.
Let's see. Did Kozik go?
Yep. He is
Okay.
currently taking the dodge action.
And what color are the lights? Are they red?
They are currently green.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, my familiar can give me advantage, right? So I don't have to be flanking?
Yes,
Okay.
because it can do
Zed's
8.
going to move to here. And with his familiar aiding him, where is it? Going to do this. Ugh. 16? That work?
Yep, that would hit.
And gonna do one. So
It's magical.
3d6. I'm gonna have one of the sneak attack dice for Trip, which I think is a dex save of 14. And that's 22 damage, and 7 of that is fire, if that makes sense.
Save. Okay.
Let me make sure that I'm right on that. It is a dex save, yes, of 14.
So you chip away at part of its knee, and it. Let's see. I mean, it stumbles. It is kind of against the wall. You know, this could be funny. Roll me a D100. If you roll
Okay.
low, it just falls over. If you roll high, it falls on somebody in a direct. Well, it'll fall in a direction, and we'll determine
Okay.
which direction it falls. Okay, so it just falls over. Kind of hits the wall, stumbles a bit. Thud, thud, crunch.
And
Hey, how's it going, Red?
with I didn't use my bonus action, right? I'll bonus action dash and I'll go back to where I was.
Apply this. There we go.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Sorry. All right, Red. Have a good night.
Okay, so wait, when he fell over,
So
but
he's
he's
now
not
prone
dead.
in front of you.
He's just prone. Okay,
Which I realized
nice.
was somewhat pointless because you guys are both flanking already and already have advantage, but
Well,
anyway.
still, nice job, Zed. So I would just attack him like I normally would attack him, yeah?
Yep.
With
Just with
advantage.
Even
advantage
though he's
because
like,
it's.
even though he's out cold in front of me.
Kill him.
I'm
Take it
gonna
down.
I'm gonna take
So it's-
that mofo down.
Yeah, so it's basically it's prone, it's knocked down, and it has to use half of its movement to get back up before it can do anything, which isn't gonna
Okay,
be a big issue. But yeah,
but for the
squash
moment
it.
he's down, and okay, and I have all my magic back. So
No, you don't.
Yeah,
you
you got
said that
hit
was
last
just
turn
the
too,
last
right?
turn. Oh, but I thought I lost all those hit points. I still also don't have magic?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, really? Gosh. Okay. I lost my hit point maximum and I lost.
Yeah, that
Okay.
the hit point thing is actually huge.
It's huge. So why did I lose also my magic? I just think that's not very fair, but so be it. All right.
The dice were not in your favor when the roll was needed.
I guess they were not. All right. So I'm gonna well, I've still got my battle axe in my hand, so but I can't use my divine smitey, but I could do these guys. All right. Come on. Wait, I'm flanked, so I have advantage?
Yep.
Yeah, and it's prone, so you have advantage as well.
So I get double advantage?
Nope,
No,
just one.
that's why I mentioned it was kind of. I should have probably just done the full sneak attack instead of tried to knock it prone. I'm also noticing that your battle axe has topple, which if you hit it will also knock it prone. So yeah, that was kind
A
of a
little bit
whiff.
of redundancy, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
okay. All right. Come on. Yes.
I feel so bad for her. It's a non-magical weapon. Oh.
That's
All right, roll
one
me some
attack.
damage.
Wait, I get 2 attacks though.
Yeah, just roll your second
Yep.
one too.
I'm gonna roll my second attack here too.
It's immune
No.
to non-magical damage. Oh, feels bad.
Did that hit?
15 would hit.
All right, 2 hits. Let's get some damage going here. All right.
Oh, I feel so bad.
Now, because I got, do I give him a critical hit?
Yep, crit damage.
All right. And then let's see what else we can do here.
Effectively 0.
16.
All right.
We haven't killed this thing yet. Goodness.
Nope. So you swing your battle axe and you hit it, you chip off some of it.
I was aiming for his neck so I could just take his head right off, but it just kind of hit his shoulder, I guess. It just didn't do as much damage as I was hoping.
At least I don't have to do the math on that. All right, Veldrin. Another round of convincing.
Not this time. That one didn't do quite what I thought it did.
Well, I mean, you asked it what its intent was, and it attacked Sorry.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, hit point maximum is brutal. Okay, and while she's doing that,
What color are the lights right now?
they are currently green.
Okay. Could I move and cast a spell?
Yep.
That's okay. And here is one of those bricks.
Yep.
I'm going over here. He's going to press the brick.
Alrighty. And the lights go from green to red,
Okay.
as does the golem.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a interaction. So that's an action and part. So you're staying where you are.
I'm staying there. And then I am casting Grasping Vine.
Oh, I love this ability.
Is that a bonus action?
Or wait, pressing the button was my action.
Yeah,
For the
because that's the new the
Oh.
24 rules of like an item
Grasping Vine
interaction.
is a bonus action.
But
It
if
is a
it's a
bonus
bonus
action?
action, then you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an incredible spell.
I can cast 2 4th level spells, so I was like, let's go.
In an unoccupied
can-
space, you can see within range.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cast it here. And oh god. Here's my inspiration.
it just grabs someone else. That would be awesome.
So I re-rolled the attack. It is located over here. It is going for the golem. And
A melee spell attack 30 feet. Target take. Hold up to 30 feet.
it can also drag it. So it grapples and drags the golem.
30 feet. Smaller.
That's the crazy thing is there's no save for it. If it's
Yeah.
huge or larger, it is grappled.
And it also did 20. It did
Or huge or
24
smaller, rather.
damage. It did 24 damage to attack it, and then gets to drag it across the floor.
Magical, so that
That's so good.
and 30 feet. So
And
it gets
then-
pulled
Yes, it
Oh,
gets
man.
pulled.
there.
How many of these lights are on cubed? Is it just 4?
Oh, they're all active at this point.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we didn't have to press them to like turn them on.
But it's when the lights are red, that's when it shoots.
Yes. Right. I was OOC, I was thinking we might have to activate all of these for something to happen. But if they're all active, I guess that's good to know.
Alrighty. 30.
Yes.
So the creature. This could be hilarious. It could be fun. Let's find out. So who's feeling so lucky that they might want to roll a d6, and on a 6, and only a 6, something happens?
Zed has luck dice, even though he couldn't use it on that roll. Do it, sorry.
Damn.
Aw. I mean, technically, you can spend luck on it if you really want to fish for a 6, but, you know, that's up to you.
Well, but I think it says it has to be a d20.
Wait, I have an inspiration. I could try again.
So the new edition, you can use an inspiration on any dice roll now.
So does that mean I could use it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you want.
Well, aren't we after a 6?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just said something something could happen on the 6.
I think that's what we're after. I can't
Well,
use
let's give
lucky.
it a
I can't use
shot.
my lucky dice because it's only for a d20. But do you want to use your inspiration? I'll use mine.
Oh,
All right,
no
it's meant
way.
to be. It's meant to be.
No, hey, how many? Hey, we've all got inspirations, right?
We've got like
Yeah,
4
technically.
inspirations. We could work this.
I mean,
Let's
if you
work
really
it.
want to farm for a 6.
I think
Well,
so. I don't know.
6
Maybe
and only
it's
a
going to be like the
6.
worst outcome, and we're like, no, go ahead, use your inspiration.
Should I roll it again?
I mean, if you have inspiration to do it.
I'll burn mine. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Oh. Anybody else want to burn your inspiration?
Veldrin already burned his.
Oh my
Okay.
God. All right. Unless anybody wants to take their inspiration and set it on fire and throw it to the wind.
Curious what that 6 is.
Yeah. Well,
I guess
we'll
not.
find out. But that didn't happen, so it's just doing its turn. That was the start of its turn. All right, so it takes. Let's see. So it stands up So that's half his movement. It does not move very fast.
Can't believe this fucker's still alive. Or mobile anime animated.
And it is going to. How do I use half its movement to stand up? So. Gonna do that. And let's see. What can I have it do? Damn. That kind of be able to do much. Yeah, no. All right. Let's see. So half its movement was standing up. It moved. It can't do. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a melee looking thing. You know what? It does have targets though. So stands up. It'll move that way, and then it'll double move. Oh, it's gonna be. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta figure something out. Making it have to stand up complicated things. Okay.
I'll be right back really quick. Like 1 second.
5. So that was 5. 10. 15. 20. And that is all it can do on its turn. And at that point, the lights turn.
Oh shit.
Let's see. A threshold has been hit, so it's inverted. So now the lights actually turn red.
My apologies, everyone.
Kozik. So now a 3 and 4 is red, a 1 and 2 is
Okay.
green.
I think well, I don't really Kozik is kind of not really understanding the process. Like the lights keep changing, like Dwarven Christmas from red to green.
Oh, it's still red because
And
they turned it red.
but he thinks green is better, so he's gonna whack the panel again.
No.
All right, so smack the panel and turn the lights back to green.
Yeah, I don't know what that. Maybe it just means we don't get sizzled by burning rays. But
Yeah, I think they figured out
I
the
don't know,
the
things
puzzle
keep
to this
changing.
fight.
So I did that, and then I'm going to I'm gonna use the dodge action, the fight defensively.
Well, you either be able to push the button or dodge, because to
Oh, I
interact with
see
the
what you
object
mean.
is a action now.
And I can't do 2 instead of a movement.
So you could do either, because it would be an action to push the button or dodge, but you can still move after. It's just the action is pushing button or dodge.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna move over here next to our friend here. Okay, that's gonna be my my turn.
And the final verdict was push button and move?
Yeah.
Okay, lights are green. Bam. Opal. Oh wait, Opal stepped away. Hey Snake, thank you for the follow. So we'll go to
And-
Neovar and see if Opal makes it back by the time Neovar's turn comes up.
All right. So, okay. Kozik pressed the button and it stopped, right?
Kozik pressed the button and lights turn green.
Has it is it like moving threateningly?
Oh, it's doing its best to rush towards Zed.
I think that's Opal's
It
mic.
seems like it seems like it attacks no matter what color it is, but yeah.
Yeah, it's attacked while the lights have been red and green. My thought was if the lights were green, maybe it's not hostile, and that hadn't played out.
That doesn't. Yeah, right.
Meh.
Is that you, Gavin? Opal.
Yeah. The mysterious Gavin returns once more. Yes, it is me.
All right, what you want to do?
What's the consensus on the boy? Well, on the golem, I mean.
Boy.
It's hostile. Light is
Okay,
now
killing it.
green.
That is a crit. 14.
Lightning
Nice.
damage.
And you got
Extra
inspiration.
attack. Oh, yay. Extra attack.
Not
Where
immune.
did that go? There it is. That is a 16.
Both would hit.
Nice. And second, normal. 25 total damage.
Yes. Nice job, Opal.
So your lightning launcher flies into the creature, and I don't know. Actually, describe how you kill it.
yeah.
Most golems have a core component, yes.
Typically, yep.
I would imagine that the first critical hit shot would blast off a good chunk of this creature's body. And finally seeing the core component, Opal would fire a secondary shot directly into it, breaking it and rendering the golem inert.
All right. So as you chunk off a piece of it, and like it exposes its center core. I forgot the name of what they called them, but there was like a special name for them. At least in old editions. And as you do so, it exposes that core, and that second shot just lands true. And maybe even to some extent, maybe if you had hair, organic hair, it might stand up a little bit, because you realize that could just as easily happen to you. And you have had chunks shattered off of you before, so maybe it's almost like watching somebody's fingernail getting peeled off, the equivalent of that as a
Ugh.
construct. Like watching
Ew.
somebody's hit their
Damn.
hand and the fingernail gets broken off, kind of thing.
Nasty.
And with that, it does fall over. Roll me a D100, and it will determine if it falls over in a direction or if it just stumbles to the ground. Because it is very big and very clunky.
Oh. Rolling something for that.
Yep, D1 hundo.
A D1 hundo. 76.
76. It falls in a direction. So now we roll a D4 to determine which direction it falls.
Ooh. How tall is it?
Like 10
Oh,
feet.
You get
It's
me
a large creature.
squashed.
10 feet? Okay. So Zed's the only person in danger right now. That's
Yeah.
So Opal, give me a D4.
And a D4. That is a 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So it falls to the left. So you would see this thing
No.
start to topple as as the impact causes its body to it's about to swing at Zed, but you shatter its core, and it just kind of stops, and almost like dizzy, drunken, trying to hold itself up, it stumbles to the left, to the right. It's trying to hold itself up, and it looks like it's just about to fall over on Zed, and then it balances itself up and overcorrects and just falls to the ground with a very loud thud, crunch, and shatter as what was once the body of this stone golem shatters into just a bajillion pieces all over the floors. It's fractured, broken rock and stone. And Opal, this is also kind of falls into that, like, you know, this could be you one day. Very
Yeesh.
easily, this could be you one day.
Damn. Quit picking on Opal.
Maybe
This-
there are benefits to becoming a lich after all.
Well,
Can you even become a
Opal,
lich?
Opal came up with the idea, so I'm just reminding
Opal.
Opal.
Oh, okay.
I did come up with the idea. This is what I signed on for, sorry.
Okay.
And as the room falls silent, no more attacks of golems. The lights all dim until the entire room goes dark. No light, no sound. Just for that brief moment, there's just complete and utter stillness. Like, you guys are sitting there waiting for something to happen, and the curtains draw as we wrap up the session at almost right on time.
Nice.
Yay, good
All
So,
session.
question: Did
right.
all the brick lights
Awesome.
and everything went out?
Everything.
Okay.
Even out in the hall?
Nice.
Like, can we see out? Is there light coming in the doorway?
I'm assuming just in this room.
Well, there wasn't really any light in the hallway. Anyway,
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't your
Right.
guys' light.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Well,
was good.
sorry,
Nice.
we'll light a light when we get back next week.
And the reminder that Sorry is at 61 maximum hit points currently
Yep.
and unable to cast Magic currently. And
So that's
Kozik is in
still
the same
on.
boat. Correct.
Damn.
But those will be
Yeah,
mysteries to determine next time.
I was getting ready to throw my
Damn.
hammer. I was just about to kill it,
Right.
but you know, Opal got it
just,
first.
just let me hit him. I was ready. I was gonna
I
get
was
it.
just about to.
Yeah.
My next turn.
After I ran away, I was gonna kill it.
I'm still in the room.
After I was
Yeah.
in the safe range, I was going to kill it.
We're all champions here in this room.
That's right. That's right.
Champions, one and all.
Well, I'm glad you guys figured out the puzzle to the fight. It could have gone
Yeah,
poorly.
that was pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Well,
god, we could have gotten laser beamed the whole time.
Oh, okay. That was
Yeah,
I
that
was
was
like, is
the
there
green
more
and
than
red
that,
was
or
really
yeah.
helpful.
All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. I will see you all next week.
All right, bye.
All
Yeah,
right.
right
Have
on.
a good
Thanks,
Good
guys.
week.
Take care.
everybody.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks for good night.
All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Ah.
All right. With that being said, that was fun. Granted, the whole session was a fight, but at this level, fights can, depending on how quickly people can figure out the puzzle to a fight, how the pieces fit together, depending on the attack rolls, depending on action economy, you know, the fight can take a little bit of time. But I don't think it was too bad. It was a single creature. It poses enough of a threat. There's plenty of other rooms they have to explore, so they have to figure that out. They got a lot of things to figure out as far as what's going on in this room, why Kozik didn't detect stuff. I think it'll be fun. But with that being said, that is where we usually end. We usually go about 3 hours. Give or take. Tonight people had, prior commitments, so I didn't want to overdo it. So yeah, we do this every Tuesday at 7:40 Pacific. It's pretty entertaining. I have fun with it. They have fun with it, and hopefully you guys have fun with the somewhat side commentary that I provide, for the viewer's sake. I don't know, maybe I have a campaign where I'm less commentary oriented. We'll see. But this one, I don't know. I think it's cool for you guys to know a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes. But, with that being said, announcement time! Yay! So, like I said, we do this every Tuesday at 7:40 Pacific. For those of you on the Yubles Tubles, we do this over on Twitch, Twitch TV/Cube222. And I guess I could add to the announcements. I have a YouTube that if you want to go back and watch previous episodes, I usually try and get them all up by Monday. Oh shoot. Did I do last Monday? Well, sometimes I forget to get it in on Monday. I was kind of bedridden this weekend, so I kind of played a part. Anyway, yeah, for those of you on the YouTubes, we do this over on Twitch, like I said, Twitch TV/Cube222. And tomorrow, hopefully, we've kind of had a couple sessions we missed, but tomorrow will be another D&D session. That will be at 5:30 Pacific, pending, if we have people available. Scheduling boss has started to take over. But, yeah, I think that is the gist of it. And just in time to not have stupid ads play. Yeah. So wow. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, or whatever it is in between for you. And hopefully y'all's had fun. I had fun. I guess I'll catch you next time. Bam. It only took me about 2 minutes to get through announcements. I think I'm getting better at this, even though I've repeated myself. I'll work on that too. Anyway. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Catch you next time. Peace.